Good morning this morning. My name is Rochelle Hunter Mosley, and I've been a hairstylist for over 30 years. And I'm always asked the question, how have I been able to parent and be an entrepreneur? I've owned my salon for over 28 years, and it hasn't been easy. So I always wanted to do a podcast. It's been a lifetime. I feel like it's been a lifetime that I've wanted to do this, and fear was getting in the way. But this podcast started to wake me up in the morning. I started going to sleep thinking about it and waking up in the middle of the night writing down ideas. So I said, you know what? Everybody has a podcast except me. So here's my podcast. So I wanted to start this podcast off with my kids because I'm always asked, what is it like to be an entrepreneur and a parent? So I want y'all to hear it from my kids because it's one thing to know to have your perspective of the way you think things went, but it's a whole different idea to have the perspective of your kids. So Chance and Charlie.
So, man.
Hey.
So Chance is 26, Charlie is 17. They're 9 years apart. So I always say that they're two only kids. So do y'all feel like y'all were two only kids?
Me
No.
personally, because I I feel like chance had it impacted because I just came, I just popped up. Like one day I was just there.
Yeah, one day you was like kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me, I don't know. I feel like Chance moved out. Chance was like going to boarding school and stuff. So like I was by myself most of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I never felt like an only child ever. I've always had to share, you know, since young. And even just like you said, like me going to boarding school, and it's not like I had my own room, my own dorm. I still had to, share a dorm with somebody
Yeah.
who, became like a really close friend to me that I could call a brother too. So, so I've always had to share. I've always never really,
Yeah.
felt like an only child or I was like alone in that sense.
So how did it make you feel with, because we had an au pair, which was Asha, and then we had nannies, which was Lydia and Miss Maureen. How did you guys feel with me not being there and having to have someone else take care of you and me not being home?
I don't really feel a way about it because I grew like a connection towards Miss Lydia. Miss Lydia is like my favorite person ever. So
Why is Miss Lydia your favorite person?
okay, well at the time that like
Just so funny you say Miss Lydia is your favorite person now because you gave that lady
No,
hell.
and
You
my
gave that lady
hold on, my
hell.
expression is not because like I'm surprised that she loves me. I love Miss Lydia.
Okay.
But she
I
didn't
was
show it.
I was so mean.
But I get why she feels that way though.
Yeah.
After a while, like I knew that she would feel this way.
Yeah.
That she would
Absolutely.
become her favorite person.
And
100%.
honestly, I feel like I was so mean to
100%.
Miss Lydia because in my eyes, I was like, you're not my mom. Like, why are you telling me to do these things? Because I wanted my mom to be the one doing that. So that's why I was so resentful towards her. But now when I look at it and look at the things that I'm doing now, I'm cleaning my bathroom, I'm taking showers. Like I was not taking a shower when I was a kid. Like I hated when she told me to do things.
No, I was surprised that you told me you used to just run the water and sit on the toilet.
Yeah. I used to do
She
that.
said
I used
she
to be
used to run in the
such a
water.
musty child, which is crazy to look at me now. Because I used to be so musty and nasty. Like the girls, y'all know, I'd be on my hygiene heavy, but back then I was nasty. Like I swear, every time mom used to tell me to take a shower, Miss Lydia mostly, my mom told me to take a shower, I would take it. But Miss Lydia, I would literally run the water, set a 5-10 minute timer, and sit on the toilet and just scroll and then
But Miss Lydia told me that you wasn't taking showers. She was like, Charlie is not taking a shower or shower. I said, no, she is. She knows how to do this. No, she is. She said, no, I'm telling you. She's not taking a shower.
Yeah.
She's not taking a shower.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Caribbean.
Now that must have been when she got a little bit older because I mean, when I was younger, I had to make sure you were bathed. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
at least seen it. Either me or Miss Lydia did it, but I guess I was up until you started showering yourself. Then I guess that's when I'm out of the picture. But that's crazy.
Yeah. It used to be like, yeah, I was a musty
And like
child.
I would have never expected that because you're so hygiene heavy. It's
hygienic,
like
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's
I would have
very weird.
never
Into this
thought
person.
of
I
that.
told I speak to Miss Lydia often, and I tell her, I said, you know, she's so clean. She cleans her room, and she was like, "Get out of here! Oh my God!"
I
No,
literally
she
never
said
do
no,
that.
no.
So yeah, that's why I love Miss Lydia so much because it's like I still think about like the things that she used to tell me, and I'm like, and I implement it into my life now. So I'm like, I understand it now.
Right.
Back then, no, I was mean.
Right. So you were kind of resentful of me not being there, me not telling you,
Yeah,
and having her have to listen to her.
yeah, I didn't like that fact that I had to listen to someone that like I wasn't related to or like something in that area.
Right.
But the question was, how did it make you feel?
Yeah, how did it make you feel with me not
mommy
being
not
there?
being there?
Like at the time, I don't think that I felt a certain way, but now when I look at it, then I understand how I was resentful and mean and like always throw a tantrum to get attention. I feel like, but at the time, like I didn't feel a way, but I understand my actions.
Right.
If that makes sense, like I don't know.
Like in hindsight, you
Yeah,
get it.
like yeah.
What about you?
I've never really, younger, like my younger years, I never felt a way about it. I feel like you did all the right things to make me feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously, I spent more time with my dad, but, it was, I guess not until, obviously he left and then you were by yourself and then maybe then,
Yeah.
but early on years, not really, I mean.
No.
You
I think
like
for
like
me,
you were there. From my memory.
yeah.
Like that.
Well, I feel like it's one thing that you wouldn't let me forget
Right.
because I know when I learned that it's more important to show up than it is to send the money.
Right.
You know, I would always pay for you to do stuff and always be there financially for you, but I didn't make the time to be there for you. And I remember when you told me, you was like, you going to a school trip with Charlie? Oh, you're gonna do this with Charlie? And I was just like, well, I know different now. I didn't really get it then. And
Yeah,
then
that was later
you
when I
know,
started getting a little bit older.
yeah, your dad was kind of doing everything. I was never the parent teacher conference girl. I was never the, get to know the other parents' parent. I was never her. But then when I realized how important it was, when I started making more time with Charlie, I kind of felt, bad.
Yeah.
I did. I felt bad because I kept kind of feel like me and you grew up together because I had you when I was 25. I had Charlie when I was 33. And I learned a lot throughout those 9 years about parents. And I think you was kind of like the trial and error kid where, I mean, even when you were born, couple of months old, I was getting ready to go to the club, and Rob was like, "You got a babysitter?" I was like, "A babysitter? Yeah, who gonna keep Chance?" I just bust out in tears. I had a whole breakdown because in my brain, I'm just so used to going out and just doing what I want to do, and then I didn't realize I needed to have a babysitter. So I feel like I went through postpartum for about 5 years with Chance. I was on and off. One minute, nobody could do it like me. The next minute, I needed somebody else to do it. I was like back and forth, back and forth. That happened for like 5 years. So when I'm, just looking at the dynamics of the way both of y'all grew up, it's just so different. It's so different. And so, and my clients are always asking me, huh?
It's completely different.
It's really, really different. So even like the type of schools you went to, like I always said, like Charlie didn't have much confrontation in school where I felt like.
Period.
Talk about that.
I mean, so with Charlie, growing up upstate, it was just, I knew it was gonna be different for her. So that's why I tried to like be as like a little rugged with her as I could, because I knew that we were gonna shelter her from like just about everything.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? So like with Charlie, it was just a little bit different. Like, like down to like play fighting. You telling me not to slam her too hard. You know what I'm saying? Or
slam her hard, James.
yeah, but she liked it. She got up laughing, and I knew how hard I could slam her. And if I ever see her like her neck snap too hard, then I'd be like, I'll chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess that's why I can
like,
just
I
like
would-
throw myself
See the baby
around.
neck.
yeah, if I see her neck
But that's
snap
what-
too hard, it's
sometimes
chill.
it-
But she enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
she enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
She enjoyed that.
She did.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I knew that we were gonna like kind of like shelter her from things too, and then like I kind of wanted to like test her a little bit too, right? So like I really wanted to see what kind of sister I was gonna have, and if she was gonna be somebody I could trust. And then Charlie passed every test. You know what I'm saying? She passed every test for sure,
Did she?
100%,
Really?
with flying colors.
Like what
Wow.
kind of tests?
So
Yeah, I want to know. 'Cause I don't remember my
Okay,
childhood.
so-
I feel like.
The first test was me. I think I was in trouble, and obviously, Miss Lydia wasn't there. I'm just trying to recollect from what I can remember. Either way, I'm home from school and I'm watching you, right? Mommy's obviously at work, 1 hour away.
Yeah.
So of course, I'm young. I want to have my girlfriend come over. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, think of it.
You know, I want to have my
So
girlfriend
you had
come over.
company.
I had company a couple times.
Yeah.
Couple times. So, how can I now? Charlie is a normal kid. She rambles on. She talks. She does certain things. But one thing, Charlie loves me. No matter what, I don't know what it was. Charlie she just loved me. She did. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact, right? So, I wanted to test her. I was just like, I think I can. If I play my cards right, I think Charlie won't say nothing. So anyway, the girl comes over. So I plan for her to come over, but I'm like, yo, I got my little sister here. How can we like I don't know how we can finagle. I don't know. She's like, oh no, I'll bring my 2 friends and we'll like entertain her. So I'm like, I bet.
low-key remember
So I'm
this.
like, I bet. Let me think
remember
of
that?
something. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I bet. Let me think of something so I could kind of, finagle it. This is now in the middle of June or something. I don't know when this is, like April. I'm like, Charlie, I have a great idea. She's like, what? I said, why don't we make a big birthday card for mommy?
Yes, I remember this.
Like,
I knew it was
let's
gonna
make
be a card or
big
something.
ass
Yeah.
birthday card for mommy, but I want it to be so nice and like I want you to do it great because you're so creative. You know how to draw. She loved to draw. She was so excited. I was like, but look, I'm gonna have my 2 friends come and help you, but you can't tell mommy because it's a surprise for her birthday.
So you tricked this child?
Absolutely. And I was like, but you can't tell mommy because mommy's gonna be mad that people are over. She's like, I'm not gonna say anything with it. So they sat down there for about 2 hours. Helping her make this big old card
Yo, that's funny.
in the middle of June. My mom's birthday is in October.
Like fully in October. Like
You feel me? So
Yeah,
that is the
that's
one time that
funny.
I can definitely remember. Now the other times I'm not sure what I said to finagle her because I had friends over, wasn't ODing, but a few times. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I remember that.
But Charlie never ever told on me. The only time she ever told on me was that one time I snuck out, but she didn't
Yeah.
know she was telling on me.
yeah,
She
I
didn't
was
know.
Window.
yeah, I was scared.
She didn't know. I probably should have told her. And I was like, I should have told my sister.
Yeah, and
Should've
you would have
probably
been
should've
cool.
told her or something like,
you
yo,
would
if
have
you
been.
hear
I would've
anything,
good.
don't say nothing.
No, yeah, you
It
would have
is
been.
just
I'm
like,
telling you,
y'all-
you would have been good. Like, cause I was
She
scared.
passed every test. Even when I remember one time you made me mad, I put a little hot sauce in your mouth.
So what?
my mouth.
In who mouth?
But like,
Yo,
but
what?
But like, I should have, and then I regretted it immediately, right? Cause she was being bad, man. She was bad. I was like, I'm gonna get your ass, right? It's like, I'm gonna get your ass, right? You remember that hot sauce we had?
Yes,
The
that
hottest
extra,
fucking hot
extra,
sauce?
Yes.
Put a little dab.
You did not put
Swear to
that in
God I
that
did.
child's mouth.
Swear to God I did. That bitch.
I was literally,
No,
I was literally
no.
tortured.
No.
I don't know if you
but
guys have
listen,
ever
no,
had the
but
hottest
listen,
fucking hot
but
sauce.
listen, no, because I know literally, like, I didn't, literally,
No,
like
it's
a little
called
bit.
the hottest fucking hot sauce
But
for a reason. That shit is
yo,
hot.
that little dab I gave her.
And you put that on that baby's mouth?
Sure did. I sure did.
See,
Sure did.
like you with the. Yo, you're actually
the devil.
That was torture. And
She
you
was
say
the
I
devil.
Was bad.
No, she was the devil, and we had to put up with a lot with this child, and a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and he wasn't beating her, so it was just like,
No, I had to put up with a lot with the both of y'all.
You feel me? But she was just being so bad.
Okay.
It was my pinky. It's my pinky.
Well, I'm glad I know now.
But I had to cool her mouth down. So what I'm trying to say is that, going back to she never told on me, she tell.
How did you cool her mouth down?
I gave her like water and juice, apple juice.
Don't cool down hot sauce.
I didn't know milk did until,
you know I don't like milk
so
either.
I gave her a little hot. It took a while. That's why I was like, yo, your mouth still burning. She had to be at least, I feel so bad now talking about it because you were young. I ain't gonna lie. You was at least.
Can I tell you something I remember?
4, I don't know.
Something I remember that Chance did. Mm-hmm. Like we were in, maybe it was a dream. Mm-hmm. Tell me if this is real, Chance. Basically, we were in Roth Avenue, Powell Park, that house, and you had friends over, and I remember Tiara was there, and you were like, Charlie, just stay upstairs. And like I kept peeking downstairs, and there was like a mad people like in our living room. Was that real? Did you actually have that people?
In our living room in what, 416 Roth Avenue?
Yeah. Was that real?
Nah.
Oh. I be having dreams. I be tripping.
You said Tiara?
Yeah, I remember Tiara was there and a whole bunch of other people were there. And Mom wasn't there. Like it was like you had mad people over.
And you remember it being in the living room?
Yeah, like it was like right down the stairs, like
but
pool table living room place.
When he had mad people over, it probably was in upstate.
Oh, okay.
When he had mad people over.
Yeah, because by that time, like I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, about Roth.
Really,
you know what I'm saying?
Super rebellious though.
I wasn't really like.
No.
Okay, well, cut that part out.
So.
You were bad, bro.
No. This is interesting.
You were fun, though.
I feel like I'm gonna learn a whole lot of stuff about y'all. But you know what I feel like too, though? I felt like I got closer to y'all during COVID.
Yeah.
Because I felt like COVID gave me. Well, I know COVID. We lost a lot of people in COVID, and I know that things went haywire for a lot of people in COVID. I felt like I was financially free. I felt the most financially free during COVID. I felt the most in control of things during COVID, and I felt closer to y'all during COVID because I really realized, like, I don't even know these kids. Like, I don't even know them. Like, I haven't even really been home long enough to, I'm doing the best I can with keeping up with stuff, but I really did.
What do you mean by know them? Because you know us. Like,
I mean,
put us in stuff like, yo, you should try this, and we wind up loving it.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, when I said, like, what's your love language? What is it that you like and what you don't like? That was very helpful. Mm-hmm. And I realized none of us like quality time. None of us like all that. None of us like that. Like, you liked words of affirmation. Charlie liked what was it that you said?
Physical touch, gift.
Physical touch, and our things were very different that we liked. Whereas, and I started calling you and texting you, oh Chance, I'm so proud of you. Oh Chance, I'm so happy you're doing this. And you liked that. I didn't know that that's what I needed to do to uplift you. I didn't know that. And I didn't know all of the, let's go to the movies, let's go do this, let's be together. But y'all didn't necessarily need that from me. You know what I'm saying? It was other things that you guys needed, and I didn't know that. So I kind of felt like we got closer in terms of knowing what each other like. Like, I introduced you guys to a plethora of things, and that's just because I'm an artsy mother. I'm not a 9-to-5 kind of mother. Right? So I'm not pushing, go get a job, get benefits, make sure you get retirement and that. No, I'm pushing IRAs, investments, planning, stuff like that. That's the kind of parent I am. Right. So it's like, it was just different, and y'all getting to know who I am. Yeah. And I was able to take that time off to sit and listen and understand what it is that y'all needed and what y'all wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So being that I am a parent I've been an entrepreneur all my life. Mm-hmm. And what I've been teaching y'all and how I've been rearing y'all, how do you guys feel about it? I know I've been beating in y'all heads about an IRA and investments. But how do you feel about it, Charlie?
I feel like it's never too early to start. That's what I've learned. But it's also never too late to start, but never too early. So like, you've been always telling me save, have a savings account, start investing, like doing all of that. And I'm really grateful because I know a lot of my friends, like, they don't have that. Like, they spend their whole paycheck. I'm not saying I don't spend my whole paycheck, sometimes. But like they'll spend their whole paycheck and like not invest in something or like put it towards something that they're genuinely interested in. It's more just like spend. Like I put my money towards like my content creation because I'm very interested in content creation, and Mom said put your time in content creation. So I was like, that works. So I feel like it's just an advantage against all the people around me.
Yeah, I kind of feel exactly the same way as Charlie. Really super appreciative of it because, it's not really, it's rare, to have parents that just constantly stay on you about something that will only benefit you, even if you slack on it a million times, they tell you a million times, do it. Like, even to the point, like, she went and did it herself for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, and then that, like, at that point, when she did that, then I'm like, okay, let me, like, just like, okay, let me, like, she's really, so let me, she cares more, like, showing that she cares more than me, and that's crazy, this is me, like, let me lock in, let me start taking me more serious, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, super appreciative.
Very appreciative.
Thank you. And the reason why I'm so adamant about it is because I'm about to be 52, just in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, look it.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm about to be 52, right? And I'm working hard. I'm still working hard like I did when I was 25. And when I got my IRA information, I got my IRA information from Susie Orman, watching the show on TV. And she said to get an IRA, I put $2,500 in the IRA when I was 25. And I just put the $2,500 in and I didn't do anything else with it because she didn't say what else to do with it. I didn't know what I was supposed to constantly invest in it, constantly put money into it. So by the time I'm 52, I should have $250,000, almost $1 million in my in the type of money I'm making. I should have had that money 3 times over already. Sure. But I didn't have the education behind the information. So that's why I'm making sure that my platform that I'm building and relationship that I'm building with you guys, I'm giving you guys the information and then why you should be doing it, the education behind the information. Because if you don't have it, then you're just out here. So that's why I'm working hard. I got about a good 10, I'm talking about 15 hard years that I might be able to work like this. But do I want to? No. No. So that's why I'm teaching y'all about multiple streams of income. I'm teaching y'all about how to support yourself, having your help at the end of your own risk. Where you got a savings account over here, my retirement account, but then I got my emergency fund. Your emergency fund is not my emergency fund. And guess what? My emergency fund is not your emergency fund. It is mine.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Because you're having an emergency is not my problem. Y'all grown. Now, am I here to help y'all? 100%. I'm always here to help. But when you're having an emergency, you should have a fund, a little something to pinch off of when you're having an emergency, right? Yeah. The IRA is not to be pinched off on. That's for retirement. So don't put nothing in there that you can't stand and do without.
Yeah.
Because that's going to cause a whole nother problem. Okay? Mm-hmm. Anything else y'all need to know about?
Don't they charge you to take money out of the IRA?
A lot of money.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money. It's like no need to put it in there. If you're going to take it out, if you're going to put $200 in there and take $200 out next week, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's what you have your life insurance.
They wouldn't even let you set it up to do that.
Both of y'all have life insurance policy that build cash value. Mm-hmm. If you need a little something, let's talk about how we're going to get you a little something. But don't ever go into your IRA.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now that I'm moving from caregiver to coach, right? Caregiving, you guys being much younger, coach, Chance, you went to college, Charlie, you're going to college. Mm-hmm. And people ask me all the time, how the heck you pay for college for 2 kids as an entrepreneur? I know for Chance got a lot of grants and what is it called? Scholarships and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Charlie, on the other hand, she did get some, but not enough to make a substantial dent in college. And what I just decided to do less. You know, I used to go out to restaurants, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 times, 10, 12 times a week. I can't.
10, 12, it just kept multiplying.
I can't.
24 times.
I can't do that. I have to tweak the budget in order to make sure that I'm paying for college tuition, because the last thing I want to do is for her to walk away with 300,000 of dollars in tuition. That's the last thing I want. You know, I think Chance walked away with a small amount that he owed, and the same thing I want for Charlie. But with me moving from caregiver to coach, Charlie, what is it that you would want more of me, and what would you want less of me?
That's a question.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, that's a very tough question, because I feel like you're pretty equalized on both sides. Like, I feel like you don't give me too much of like mom, parent, like, you know? And then you also don't give me too much of like, but I feel like you give me more coach than like parent. But at the same time, you do parent me. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So what would you want more of? Like when you leave here on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
what would you want more of me first?
There's a bug on the floor. Sorry. Sorry.
Can't help it.
I really
She can't help it.
Like, it's crawling on the floor right now. It's making me itch. But I feel like coach, because I feel like I have a lot of parent. And I say coach because like I'm like on the road of like about to start making like money and things like that. And I just need more like discipline with my money.
So you would want more of me helping you.
Yeah.
Help you with your finances.
Like every time I get a paycheck, I will call you and ask you how I should split it up.
Okay.
Because I don't have that discipline. Like, I have discipline in a lot of different places in my life other than money. It doesn't matter how many like self-help books I read, like, it's not helping.
And I'm gonna tell you something, and that's just from my experience being this big age. You have to develop a relationship with money.
Yeah.
And it has to be a good relationship with money, because you don't want to be my age and you still having struggles with your relationship with money. It's a super bad habit to not be able to manage your finances. It puts you in a different place. And it's like, I know a lot of African American people, they like to wear their money. You don't have to wear your money.
Yeah.
You don't have to, because the thing is that you do certain things to stunt on other people that probably don't even like you, or not even
like care. Yeah.
They don't even really care. You know what I'm saying? So it's very unnecessary. Like the way you even becoming a thrifter is, kids, 17-year-old kids are not thrifters. They're not excited about going to the thrift store. They're not. They want to be in Gucci and Fendi and all the latest everything that they see on Instagram. You don't see a lot of 17, 18-year-olds thrifting. Do you, Chance?
No.
You don't.
There's
So
a
that
wave
you
of
can
it,
make,
certain-
that you find comfort there, that's a plus. Financially, a financial plus.
Okay.
So you don't have to do that. So what would you want less of me?
I don't think there's necessarily anything less that I would want.
From me? Why you in college? You don't want any. There's nothing less of me you want.
No, it's not like you call me a million times. It's not like you're nagging or anything. I feel like we've been around each other for a minute, so we do get on like step on each other's toes,
Right.
which I feel like would be great to just like me just not, because when we come together, I feel like it's gonna be very like chiller.
Right.
Because we're both Libras, so it's giving Libra energy extra hard.
But you Libra by accident.
Huh?
You're Libra by accident.
I'm a Libra by accident?
Yeah, you should have been born in January.
Oh yeah, I was born 2 months
December.
early.
Yeah.
December.
December.
Chance.
So yeah, you go.
When you was in college. Well, I'm not even gonna say when you was in college. What about now? Because college is over, so now we're like now. So if you're 26 years old and you don't live at home, you're dating, you're doing all the things, doing everything on your own, what would you want more of me, and what would you want less of me?
Probably more of the just the random check-ins to keep me on my toes about important stuff.
More?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, you know,
No,
just
asking.
randomly,
That's
like,
more.
you know, random questions. Yo, did you, what did you do? Or did you know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's not annoying?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not annoying at all. Not annoying at all. Let's,
I don't know. Like, I can't pinpoint a thing personally.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
Let's think about it and come back to it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, because I don't really have any. I don't know.
Okay. So is there anything y'all want to ask me? Because I wanted this to be like an open platform, because I know a lot of kids don't get to have these type of conversations with their parents.
Yeah. So, all right. So, when you had us, right, separately speaking, right, what was your biggest fear for each of us? Like, what is, like, when you had me, all right, this is my biggest fear for Chance. When you had Charlie, this is my biggest fear for Charlie. Like, this is what I don't want to happen, or I want to make sure she does this, or I want to make sure he does this.
Well, when I had you, I was at the height of my modeling career.
Oh,
when
really?
I moved to, yeah. I was at the height of my modeling career. And if I could be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna abort you.
Abort is crazy.
I was on an abort mission.
I was going to, because I didn't know what to do. You know, I didn't know if I was going to have 25. I didn't know I was going to have this baby. If not, I wouldn't have any family here, or what I was going to do. So I was at the abortion clinic. And
Crazy.
Thank God for my sins.
Thank God, Lord Jesus.
I was at the, you want to hear the story?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I was at the abortion clinic, and the nurse put the things on my stomach.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
You're that far in?
You never said you went to the clinic. You never told me you went
I
to
said,
the clinic.
to be honest.
You never said you was sitting in the
I
clinic.
said, do you want me to be
about
honest?
to suck me up out of here. Nah.
I asked you, can I be honest? And you said yes.
No, the honesty's there, but like a reaction's allowed with honesty. I was on the table.
No, listen. Are you guys gonna listen?
No,
Lord have
we're
mercy. Go
listening.
ahead.
I promise you, we're listening.
If it's making you feel uncomfortable, we don't have to talk.
No, it's just interesting story.
I didn't know that you were like there.
No, I was there.
Like,
I
I
was
was
there.
almost about to be up out of here. That's crazy.
I was there.
Go ahead.
And so the lady put the things on my stomach, and you know you can hear the heart beating.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom.
It scared you?
The shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me. So I said, I can't do it. I said, excuse me, ma'am, I can't do it. I can't do it. She's like, you sure? I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. So I called my aunt, and I told my aunt, I said, Sen, I can't do it. I can't do it. She said, you can't do what? I said, I was gonna get an abortion. She was like, abortion? She said, I told you I was gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. I promise I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. Then I called, told him, and he was like, no, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. Like, don't do it. So I didn't do it. So I left the place. I didn't do it. I was scared to death. I was like, okay, so there goes my modeling. There goes everything. Like I'm gonna have to be a parent. I don't even know what it's like to be a parent. But so as I'm pregnant and I'm carrying you, and I'm saying to myself that the only thing I want for Chance is for him to have a better life than I did. I want him to have a better life than I did. I'm gonna do everything that my parent didn't do. I'm gonna do everything that I wanted my mother to do. Because my mother was a single parent also. So I'm gonna make sure that I show up as a mother best I can so that he can, have a better way, a better time, a better relationship with me than what I have with my mother. So that was the thing that I wanted for you. And I named you Chance because I was taking one. So either if you was a girl, you was gonna be Chances, and if you was a boy, you was gonna be Chance.
That's crazy.
That's crazy
chances.
Now. Yeah.
So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I just wanted to know, like, did you have a fear?
Yes.
Like, what was the fear that, like, I was gonna grow up like you? That I was gonna grow up the same way you grow up?
No,
or
fear
the fear
that,
of what? Like,
no, fear that you were gonna grow up the way I see other boys grew up in my family.
Okay.
That's why I was very adamant about I don't want you standing out here in this corner. I don't want you on 45th Street. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you doing that. And that's why I was strict. That's why I didn't want you doing certain stuff. That's why I was always turning my nose up to certain stuff, because I've been dealing with drug addicts, jail all my life, drug dealers all my life. And I didn't want that for you. And it just seemed like the only route that young men were taking was that that's it. They wasn't going to school. They wasn't making anything out of themselves. They was just in the street. And I didn't want that for you. But you fought tooth and nail. No matter where I lived at, you found the hood. I'm going to find the hood. You found it. No matter what.
What are you talking about?
You found it. When we moved up to Monroe, oh, I want to be in Middletown.
Oh, okay.
Right. You found it. I thought I was moving you out of it, and you moved, and that's where you wanted to be. So I just wanted something different for you. That's why I was so, you would say, mean, or I treated you away, because I didn't want that for you. That's the last thing I wanted for you.
I wouldn't say mean, but like it was very hard on me. Like very hard.
Yeah.
You know?
But do you see why?
Yeah, definitely now. Definitely see why. And especially, you worked at like an hour away, so you couldn't really keep much eyes on me.
No.
Which is tough.
Super tough.
I understand.
And I didn't know what this life was going to be like for me up here.
Right.
I really did. I didn't know that I was going to wind up being a parent to 2 kids. I ain't even want kids. I ain't even like kids. Really didn't.
No, that's crazy, because
No,
you
I'm
really
just saying.
always used to say that.
I'm
like,
telling
I didn't
you.
even like kids.
So it's like when God have a plan for you, then he got a plan for you, and you just, I do know that it's nothing wrong with being obedient to what God put in your heart.
Right.
And once you be obedient to what God put in your heart, then let him lead the steps.
Right.
So that's why I choose, like the other night when you called me when you were at orientation. And you called me 11 o'clock at night. She was like, oh, I'm not staying here. I'm going to stay in the hotel. What? So I'm just like, you know what? Here's my test. I'm moving from caregiver to coach. I have to coach her through this. I can't get up out my bed and run to the city and help her and do this. And that's not what she asked me.
Yeah.
She was only calling, giving me information about what she wanted to do. Chill out, Rochelle. So what are you going to do? You're going to pray or you're going to worry? You can't do both. So I prayed.
That's happened a few times.
And I went to sleep.
Yeah.
I prayed that night and I went to sleep.
Like the first time it happened when I bust my tooth at prom, and all I was calling was to tell you I got that information, and then you ended up figuring out how to get me an appointment and stuff. But I was like, you want me to come pick you up? I'm gonna come pick you up. Like, no, I'm gonna go back in the dance circle. I'm just letting you know what happened.
Right.
I'm just bleeding a little. I'm good.
Just bleed a little. But it's super difficult because I never want either one of y'all to suffer. I never wanted either one of y'all to feel like I'm doing better doing one thing for the one and not doing something for the other. I never wanted to play, 2 sides against the middle with y'all. So I did the best I could with what I had. And I hope that the best I could was good enough for you guys to say when somebody say something, who is your mom or what you think about your mom, what do you say?
Oh, one of the best hairstylists ever in Harlem. Got one of the most legendary salons. A giver, super caring, super thoughtful. You're very thoughtful.
You think so?
You're a very thoughtful person.
Thank you.
Very, very thoughtful. I feel like I get my thoughtful ways for people from you at times. I feel like now I'm in a, I've learned that I can only be thoughtful when I can be thoughtful. You know what I'm saying?
So people deserve it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm still learning that
So
part.
what you mean when you can be thoughtful? What that mean?
I mean, when I'm able, like if I'm not, able to be thoughtful for people, me come first. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, thoughtful is not always like a financial thing, though.
Right. True.
Like when I'm
True.
calling to check on you and be like, oh, I'm just calling to see how you doing. I'm just calling to make sure you all right. And you
Right.
just hit me with a yes.
Yeah,
That's thoughtful.
that's thoughtful.
It's not always, it don't always have to be a price tag
Price
put
tag,
to it.
yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, it don't. Charlie.
Wait, what was the question?
What would you say? Like when somebody asks you about your mom, like what do you say?
I would say that my mom is fly because of me, of course, but she's
Because of you?
fly. Yes.
I'm fly because of Chris, not you.
Okay. Yo, sneakers. But anyway.
You know what's crazy? I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
yeah.
Somebody said you can't dress, and I'm like, did you? I'm like, you taught me how to dress, but you, from their opinion, they don't think you could dress. I'm like,
Who said that?
I'm not gonna say it on. I ain't gonna say no names on camera.
No, I don't dress myself.
But
who said I couldn't dress?
I ain't gonna say their name on camera. I ain't gonna put them out like that.
Who said that? Oh, no, I have people. No, my friends do dress me. Between Lucy and.
But why they say you can't? So that means because they saying that you're not putting it together, like because they helping you.
Yeah, they helping me.
Okay.
That's why they say yeah.
So I'd be like you. I've never seen it. Well, I ain't gonna say never, but like
some
for
things
the
are a
most
little
part.
questionable, but it's.
But that was for the
I'm
most
changing
part.
my style up now.
I like this fit today.
You
I
like
like the
this?
jeans. I like the top.
I needed to
Thank
understand
you.
what she meant by that too, so that's
Thank
why
you.
I had to,
Yeah.
I'm a piece buyer. I can buy nice pieces, but when it's time to put things together, not so much. Because it'll sit there for a long time, and Chris will come over and be like, well, wait, when'd you get this? And when'd you get that? Well, you could put this with that. Like, I don't, my brain don't work like that.
Yeah.
No. I buy whatever's on a mannequin, and I wear whatever's on a mannequin. I was like, give me everything on this mannequin. Like, that's.
Can you attest to that? She's a good piece buyer? Okay.
That's how I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I do.
hilarious.
I do. No, this conversation was long overdue. It was long overdue. I just wanted to see how you guys felt about me. I wanted to share the type of parent that I am and how I am evolving, and I am, and to let y'all know that I understand what it is to go from caregiver to coach. I know what that means. And I tell both of y'all to make sure that y'all have boundaries with everybody and not just me, not just your dad. Have boundaries with friends, teachers, everybody. Romantic relationships, everybody. You gotta have boundaries.
Yeah.
And I tell you that all the time.
All the time,
And
especially with college.
Yeah, and what about that book? I gave you a book before about boundaries. And what did I tell you about college and boundaries?
Which book are you talking about? You know, I'm not a very good reader.
It's something about boundaries, and you had a conversation with me about it.
Well, what I know from like what she's been saying like recently about boundaries is just saying it straight up. Just being straight up, like, especially when you're meeting new people and, like, they do something that you don't like or feel uncomfortable with, like, just straight up, just be, like, respectfully, like, I just want to say, like, I don't agree with this, or, like, this is just not going to work for me, or I don't like the way you speak like that, I don't like when you do certain things, just respectfully, and just really just speak your truth. Like, it doesn't need to be, like, an argument. It just has to be, like, and someone can't respect your boundaries, you don't need to be around that person.
Yeah, but that language is not taught, like, at all.
Yeah.
So, like people just argue and then they figure it out later. They do it on the come down.
Yeah.
And not actually in the moment. And that's actually what I've been like, actually working on,
What?
Not just in the moment, like saying exactly what the problem is instead of just having a big blow up and then trying to talk about it after.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just try not to be mad. Say like, no, this is where I feel like the mix-up is. Where do you feel like the mix-up is at? And this is with anybody, relationships, your friends, people that you going back and forth with. Like, it don't always got to be like a crazy argument. You could just take a step back and be like, well, maybe I misunderstood what you said.
Yeah.
And that's 10 times out of 10 what it is.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
And then a lot of times I think when you're trying to set a boundary, boundaries look at it as things that are against them. Right. It's not against you. It's just for me.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm trying to take nothing away from what you're trying to give me or nothing. I still love you. You're my daughter. I still love you. You're my son, but you don't cross the boundary that I already said that you still continue to step over. Like now I don't matter. Have I made you feel that way?
For sure. I mean, like, wait, like, Repeat the last part of the question.
Have I overstepped any of your boundaries?
Yeah, I want to make sure. I use the situation right. As far as like the boundary, but I feel like yeah, I feel like at this point, like obviously you're my mom. You know me, 26 years. I think you know what kind of like, would like poke at me or make me feel a certain type of way, and then maybe sometimes I think that might be crossing the boundary. Maybe I want to make sure I'm using it right. I don't want to
I make you feel a
certain type of way, or like you do something that you know that like that if I approach him this way, then he gonna be cool. But if I do it this way, I already know how he going. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that is overstepping the boundary. Because maybe like you just know, like,
well,
or maybe
I think
you don't know.
About your no, maybe I don't know, but maybe it's more about your feelings though.
I think that no matter what, like if I have a maybe a little bone to pick with you, I feel like at this point, I know how to get it across. Like I know how to just be like, yo, like this is what, you know what I'm saying? If you got a bone to pick with me, I just feel like you don't use all of the situations that we've had with the bones that you pick with me. You don't take it into account. You just do the bone to pick, which is like I don't mind you having a bone to pick with me because we can let's sit and talk. Like it's okay. You're right because at the end of the day, you're not wrong.
Right.
It just be how you doing it. And
so my delivery, sometimes you don't like.
Sometimes it just be how, and I feel like I've explained how, and then you still do it. So that's crossing the boundary. Am I right? Okay. Am I? I don't want to use it wrong.
It kind of makes sense.
I don't want to use it in a wrong way.
I understand that.
But like, I feel like that's maybe an example.
But I understand. Child, that crossed any boundaries for you?
I don't think so. Like I'm just sitting here like thinking about it, and I really don't think so.
Do you feel like you crossed any boundaries of mine?
For sure.
Yeah, like I like to go in the bathroom while you're pooping or peeing. And having a conversation with you while you're doing that.
And I hate it.
And you're like, can you please?
I'm
like, can I just show you my dance
privacy?
video? Like, I just want to show you my dance video. I just want to show you it really quickly. Like, I feel like a child sometimes. Like, Mom. I mean, I guess that's a boundary for you, but yeah.
That is a boundary for me. And I was like, I just want my privacy. Especially after working all day. I'm like, can I just use the bathroom by myself? Can I just have this 5 seconds by myself? And I can't get fired because I gotta look at music videos. Then I need to make sure that people have money for dance intensive. And I gotta make sure, well, Mom, I need that. And Mom, I need that. And Mom, I need to watch this. Mom, I need that. It's just a lot to juggle sometimes. It really is. So I don't mean any harm by, can you give me a second? Mm-hmm. But it's just that one little small boundary that I just need 5 seconds to just let me use the bathroom. Can I wash my hands? Can I just pour myself a glass of wine? And now what do you need? That's it.
Got it.
But
no, yeah, I don't think there's anything else for me.
What boundaries do you feel like you have crossed with me?
Oh shoot. Probably more than I can name.
Because you stay mad at me.
Probably one I could name that I crossed the boundary that I could really name on the top of my head is like when I first started to indulge in, the marijuana.
Right.
And we were sharing a car, and you specifically and constantly told me not to smoke in the car. And I did it anyway.
Consistently and constantly.
But I just thought that, I was getting smarter and I could match the smell and
you was getting smarter.
You could have the windows down. It's not gonna smell like nothing. Like this was when I was younger thinking I was getting smarter, but I really wasn't. I would say that's definitely a boundary I crossed for sure.
But let me tell you how smart you thought you was that you wasn't.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if you was high or what you was. I really don't know if you was high or what. But I'm constantly finding bags of weed in the house. Constantly finding bags of weed.
Okay, when you say constantly, wait, hold on. When you say constantly, how many times have you found? Okay, because
3 different times.
I usually be on my P's and Q's.
3 different times. And I said, listen, I'm not going to. So I pick it up, I put it in my pocket, and I give it to my friends. So he's downstairs one day, tearing up the downstairs looking for his weed. I knew he was looking for. So I'm sitting at the kitchen table, I'm drinking my wine. Laughing. Because I know what he's looking for. I know he's looking for it. So I'm sitting there. I said, Chance, what you looking for? Nothing. Chance, what you looking for? Nothing. I already know what he's looking for, so I ain't say nothing. I called Rob. I said, I screenshot the picture of it. And Rob was like, bet. Because how do you tell your kid, oh, this is your weed? You just give it back. Do you supposed to just give it back to
Hell
him?
yeah, you supposed to get that shit back to
You're
me.
not supposed to.
That was,
Because
I had just
you're not
got
supposed
it.
to be having
I had
weed.
just got it. It fell out my pocket. I think I was like walking in out the house real quick. I was going back out, and I realized I ain't have it. And I guess in the mix of that, you came in the house, and I'm like, yo, I know I just bought it. I just had it.
Not too about
I just had it, and I just couldn't.
And I used to give it to
was
Rob.
so mad.
Rob was like, yo, that shit was so good, bro. That shit, ask Chance where he get it from. I said, no. Not asking him where he got it from.
Oh my God.
But, but y'all, I mean, Chance, I'm gonna say Chance, Chance was just you were definitely the trial and error kid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that we went through together. A lot of things that we learned from each other. Like we learned together. Because I was, to me, I was a young mom, but I had friends that had kids at 14.
Right.
And they were, much younger than me. But to me, I was a young mom. Right. So what do you think? What have you learned from your friends or other people that you didn't learn from me?
That's a good question. I feel like this is not gonna answer, but because I feel like from my friends, like it was just kind of just like the stereotypical like family that you watch on TV. Like that is
Who was like that?
just like my friends in general. Like their
Oh.
families were just like the
Oh.
stereotypical family like that I would watch on TV. Like they have to do the dishes, like their parents like do the dishes, or they're like clean your room. Like why isn't your room clean? You're gonna like be put in timeout or whatever. Like I just feel like I've never had that. So I feel like from that I learned that like people are disciplined in very different ways because naturally I clean my room every Sunday. Well, now, I used to be a musty child, but now I clean my room every Sunday and I make sure my room's clean and my shower's like washed. Like I wash it out. Like I know how to do that. Know how to cook for myself. I go to the grocery store, stuff like that. So I feel like from you I learned to be independent, and from others I learned how not independent they are. I learned the complete opposite.
Right.
So I learned like what I don't want to do.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Okay. What about you, Chance?
What did I learn?
What did you learn from other people that you didn't learn from me?
I feel like she explained that so well. That's tough. Like, what did I learn from other people?
Yeah.
Because there's not much. There's not much to like learn from other people because other people do it so like they're like tunnel vision. Like not tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're tunnel vision, but people are like not tunnel vision. Like we know exactly what we gotta do, when we gotta do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else is just like unicorns and rainbows. Like I'm just like weird. Like I don't know. Like I'm
unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah. Like I'm very tunnel vision. I feel like.
You feel like most people like unicorns and rainbows?
Yeah, like they're just like like I mean I feel like I'm like that now. Like I'm pretty like, chill, and I just go with the flow. But like it's a different kind of unicorn and rainbows. It's like they don't see it. I'm just like.
I got a question for both of y'all.
Yeah.
Where do y'all see yourselves in 5 years? And I'm curious to know where y'all both plan to see
You want
yourselves.
me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I see myself. I'll be graduating from college. I'll be how old? Like 21, right? Whatever.
22.
Yeah, one or the other. I see myself traveling. I see myself figuring out how to utilize all my streams of income because right now I have a list of them that I want to start while I'm in college. So I see myself just being very successful and having a nice routine and not having to worry about anything. That's where I see myself. That's where I want myself to be at. Like, I want to use my college years very productively. I don't want to just be like, just there.
And what is successful to you? So is successful achieving all of those goals, or what is successful to you?
Successful is being able to get on a plane at any time, anywhere in the world that I want to. That's where I see success at. Like, just being able to do literally anything without having to think about it. That's where I see success. Well, in the moment. That's what's written in my notes.
Well, for me, I do see myself in my condo on the water. I have narrowed it down. It doesn't have to be a beach. It can be a river or a lake. But I want to have
A body of water.
some water. Well, I want to go out on my terrace and be able to see this water in the next 5 years, definitely. I see myself having a banging podcast / YouTube channel that I'm getting money. That I'm making another stream of income off of. I see myself in 5 years not having to be behind that chair for so many days a week and still being able to do what I need to do financially. I see myself, I don't know if I see myself in a relationship or not. I'm deciding. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I'm open, but I don't know.
Y'all heard that, the viewers, all the cameras?
I'm open. I just don't know, but I'm open. What about you, Chance?
See myself in my own studio. I see myself with a much larger clientele base. I see myself also as like a more of a figure in my field, and like more like, I know I'm trying to be more vocal in what I do, but just more of a, a staple or a person that stands or means for something in what I do. I also, like you, I see myself in a condo on the water. I honestly, 5 years, I think I might see myself with a kid. You know what I'm saying?
A kid?
Might see myself married with a kid.
In 5 years?
Might, for sure. I'm 26, for sure.
Okay.
And because I'm at the point where I definitely know what I want.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely know what I want.
You want to be a father?
Absolutely.
Child?
Not for like a lot of kids though, like maybe 1 or 2.
Okay.
I don't think I would have over 2 kids.
Interesting.
Me personally, like I don't think I would have over 2 kids.
And you see yourself married
with literally too much.
With the kid?
Definitely see myself married with a kid.
Okay.
Now I understand that, like, I'm not even gonna subject it to like, today's world, like, if it's for me, it's for me. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I definitely want to be a parent.
But you said I traumatized you. How did I traumatize you? You said I traumatized you into having a kid.
Oh, no.
The reason why you don't have a kid is because I traumatized you. How did I traumatize you?
Well, yeah. Well, you traumatized me on sex, period, from a child. You literally told me if I had sex without a condom, I was gonna die.
What?
And
yeah, she still says that to
when
this
I was
day.
a kid, but this was when I was impressionable.
Well, yeah,
like
but
5,
you will
6 years
die.
old. Like, yo, like, you're gonna die. I'm like,
and
like,
that
what?
is crazy to say to like a 7-year-old because I'm gonna grow up and think that for like into like
could you
middle
imagine
school.
what your life would be like now with a kid? Trying
Yeah,
to do all the things that you're doing now with a child.
My life wouldn't be my life.
Right, because and when you have kids, you need to be able to take care of them on your own, not bring the kids in my house. You can't bring the kids in my house. I want to visit the kids. I want to take them for ice cream and cookies and stuff, and bring them on back home.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Me too.
You and your wife living with me?
And the baby and but some people family standards
some
be
people
like
do like that.
Like,
not my family
they
standard.
are cool with it.
Not
they want
mine.
you to stay in the house. They want they want to watch raise the grandkid. I'm like, I be seeing, I'm like, yo, I was just not raised that way. Like, my mom ain't like that.
Exactly.
My dad ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all having sleepovers and shit. I wish I have a sleepover.
We do sleepovers. Y'all couldn't go sleep over nobody's house.
No, for
nobody
real.
sleeping over our house.
Like,
no,
to this
it's too
day,
much. It's too much stuff going on. You don't know how people parent. You don't know how people clean. You don't know how people do a whole lot of things, and I ain't have time for none of that.
Right.
So stay at your own house. You can stay late, but you can't stay overnight. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I have experienced a lot of things as a child.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is what we're not going to do. So stay your ass home. Yeah. All right.
Wait, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Brought you here, saying this now as a 2023.
I still got questions too. I got these last 7 questions.
2023 17-year-old.
We ain't done.
I will be a rich auntie to Chance's child, and a child will not be coming out of me, babe. A rich auntie, period.
You don't want to have kids?
No.
Ever?
Ever.
Really?
Ever. Zoom in on my face. Ever. Ever. Like, I'm saying that now, and that's what I'm saying as a 17-year-old.
Zoom in on my face.
Why?
As a I just don't want to do that.
She said never,
like,
ever having kids.
Like, I'll make sure your kids are dripped out. Don't worry. I got you, twin. I got
just like your mom. She said the same thing, probably the same as. And then
I did.
No, probably she did.
I did.
But
I said
that. Oh, I never told myself kids. I always told myself I was
but
never
the
gonna have
difference between
kids.
me and her is it's not gonna happen.
I had to raise. I was with my sisters and brothers young, so I had them from young.
Yeah.
You know, so she's different. She hasn't had to take care of kids and stuff.
No.
She didn't have
and
to
I'm
do
like
that.
so for real about that. Like I really don't. I would rather
And then you didn't have to
travel.
take care of kids. You had to take care every now and then somewhere, but it wasn't like you was home with a child.
I'd rather just do something else.
Yeah. Huh?
I'd rather do something else.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather do something else now too.
Right?
I would rather do something else.
All right. So I had seen this thing on Instagram
Okay.
that says, I think y'all probably seen it, 7 things to ask your mom before she goes, or like what you want to know.
Before she goes where?
Or like, you know, we're not going to say.
Not your face.
But just like 7 questions to ask your mom. Seven
Before
questions.
she moves to Miami, yeah.
Okay.
Or
okay.
I think it's like, well, I'll probably ask like 5 or 6 of them.
Okay. Ask them all. Let's go.
What's your happiest memory of us? And it could be together or individual or however you want to group it is fine.
Okay. My happiest memory of y'all is when we took that picture with Charlie was months old laying on your shoulder. Mm-hmm. That was I was like, oh my God. That was like, you have kids.
For real?
Yeah. And I felt like I just wanted to care for y'all. Mm-hmm. Nobody could do it better than me that day. Yeah. I was struggling with the stroller and the car seat, and I was like, "Oh, Chance, hold the bag." And you was very helpful. You was holding her. You was very, very gentle with her. You was that whole moment, just I remember that moment like yesterday. Yeah. That was a happy.
I can kind of remember. It's like, listen, I don't remember but I remember her holding her and like the shoot of it and like.
I have another happy moment when when we used to live upstate, and I said I got to spend more time with my kids, and we started staying in Midtown on the weekends.
Yeah. Yes.
That was happy. Yes. I was happy with that because I figured out how to spend more time. Right. So yeah, that was a happy time.
What was the first year of motherhood like for you? I guess for each of like the first year from what you can remember.
Well, the first year of motherhood for me, I was 180 pounds, which was not good for me.
And with Charlie?
With you.
With me?
Yeah. I was 180 pounds. So I was, I was modeling. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I'll never get back. I'm going to be fat forever. This is not going to happen for me. I couldn't manage a lot of stuff, and then I could manage everything at the same time. My hormones was jumping all over the place. I didn't know about postpartum. So I didn't know what was happening. Right. I felt like this is not going to work. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. Because you was this thing for a long time.
This thing.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing for a long time. But it was, the first year was hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the first year was hell with Charlie too, because I was by myself again. Yeah. So the first year was just, I had more help with her. Yeah. Then with you, I had Martha come, and then I had more help with her. But it was really hell because I was trying to breastfeed. Yeah. I wasn't going to breastfeed you because the girls was in the clinic talking about how aroused they get when they're babies, when they're breastfeeding. I'm like, aroused at what? Yeah. How you, what? So I couldn't do it. Yeah. I was not going to breastfeed.
It turned you off.
It turned me completely off. But at 33, I realized, because Charlie was a preemie, that it would help her develop. So I tried to breastfeed with her, but she didn't want to. So I did pump for 6 months with her. Yeah. And the sleep deprivation was out of this world.
Or Charlie?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. It was just too much.
She was just an abnormal child, man. Like I just feel like the crying was abnormal. I don't think it was. I don't think it was
a
normal.
lot. Yeah, she was colic. She was, and nobody, they don't really know where colicky kids come from.
What does that mean?
They cry a lot. I don't know if it's in their stomach, is it something ringing in their ears, or what's happening, but the kid cries a lot.
Right.
So that was traumatic for me, because you were crying, constantly crying. You wouldn't latch on. I couldn't sleep. So
yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, and I was by myself. So.
What's the nicest thing we've ever done for you?
Y'all do a lot of nice things. I think I'm just gonna say, like, recent, within the past couple of years. Everybody know I like hookah, and when you guys took me to the hookah spot for Mother's Day,
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be going to a hookah spot. I didn't expect that at all. So that made me think that y'all were listening and y'all were paying attention, and that was really nice. I love flowers weekly from Charlie. I love anytime I call you and ask you to do anything. Like when I called you the other day for ice cream, he's like, "From where? I could go right now." And I was like, "No, Trader Joe's or whatever." You pretty much, all I have to do is just say it one time, and then you'll try to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool.
That was a good answer. What have been the best and worst parts about getting older?
I think the worst parts is my back and my knees. It's the worst part. It's my back and my knees, and I think not. I didn't think that I would be single at this age. So I don't. I'm getting used to it. Still getting used to it.
And then last question is, what is one thing you always want us to remember after you're gone? One thing.
Oh, dude.
After this whole hour and a half, you make me cry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You sure?
What I want y'all to remember. I think I'm gonna keep it simple. Is that life is not easy, but it doesn't have to be hard. And I want y'all to remember that. I want y'all to be able to say that my mom did her absolute best, and her best was good enough. I don't like that question.
You're gonna make me cry, dude.
Good
I just
question.
cry when other people
I
cry.
don't like that question.
I like that. I like that.
I think we're gonna end with that.
Yeah.
The best part about aging. I don't want you to say the bad part.
Oh yeah. What's the best part?
The best part about aging is my discernment. Have to be my discernment.
What does that mean?
Like knowing how to make good decisions for myself.
Okay.
Knowing when to bail. I know it might seem longer for my friends. Like some of my friends be like, "You should have did that sooner. You could have did that sooner." I feel like I'm faster than I used to be when making decisions about things in directions I should go, things I should do, and things I shouldn't do. More discerned with people. Who I'm choosing to be in my circle, and okay with letting people go. Block and delete in real life.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to block and delete in real life.
Charlie, what's your so mommy is like known for her little sayings and little quotes. Like what's your one little quote or saying mommy always say that's like your favorite, or a couple maybe that you like, or like a piece of advice? You know how she say like,
yeah, like she said something.
like,
Recently I'm gonna keep it a buck, okay? Recently she's been saying I have 0 fucks to give. I have a certain amount of fucks to give throughout the time, but throughout this month. Like she's like, how many fucks do you have to give? I'm like, I only got 10. I only got 10. And it's the middle of August and I'm at like 2. So I'm like, so that's the one thing that I really took from her, is like thinking about it in that way.
Right.
And that
because
helps you,
yeah,
like,
it helps
that.
me because I'm like, you know, it's really not that deep. And also like, what else has she said? I don't think it was something that she necessarily said, but something that resonates with me from when I was younger. When my mom first got her motorcycle, she didn't say anything, but it was just the fact that I've only ever seen a man drive or ride a motorcycle. It just ingrained in my head naturally that like women can do literally anything.
Yeah.
So that was something that was really like non-spoken, but like resonated with me for sure.
That's what's up. Well, my favorite, don't gotta learn how to bite the bullet and butter the biscuit.
Yeah.
That one's
Yeah,
one of my favorites. You know, I remember when you used to tell me in high school, you know, don't wake up with your glass half empty, because, you know, like, I used to dread school. Like, I enjoyed it because of my friends, you know, and I used to tell you all the time how much I dreaded school, and you was like, you know what, try not to wake up with your glass half empty. And I think that was like the first time me hearing it, even though that's a famous saying, but you telling me that was like my first time saying it. And then the most important one is learn from other people's mistakes, for sure. You know?
I think that could be one of my favorites, because it's like you don't have to pay full price for something I already paid for.
Right.
It's like I'm telling you, but I gotta say, you know, growing up, Chance, and I think even still now, when I tell you that it's hot, you have to touch it on your own. But I'm learning that that's you and that's your personality. Like I gotta see for myself. And some of these things that I'm telling you about, Chance, or I say it or whatever, I really don't want you to feel that feeling. I don't want you to feel that heat. But I know that I gotta let you get your own scars on your knees. I can't keep sheltering y'all from your falls. So, sheltering you from your disappointments, from your experiences and everything. I can't shelter you from that. You have to have your own experience. Like I can't keep interfering. I have a very, very bad problem with interfering when I need to let things happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
You got all that?
So that was the plan.
What?
Like, let me ask this question to make mommy cry.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Just, it was one of the, just, you know, question. I didn't expect that to be like one of the last questions.
I didn't expect that. It hit me like, what y'all gonna do if I'm not here? I never really even think about it much, about me not being here physically. I think about us not living in the same house, but I don't really think about what it's gonna be like with me not here physically. Like, yeah, I never really think about it. But now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
I love y'all.
Love you, man.
Makeup on.
Love you, dude.
This was good.
It was.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ash?
Hope you guys enjoyed the vibes.
Yeah, man. Signing out, man.
Signing out. The best, coolest, vibiest family on the block.
First episode done, man?
Yeah.
I guess.
Mic dropped.
Keep it going.
Yeah, we should.
I want to.
My house.